Is Roman Reigns coming back to anoa'i? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jennifer. Have a nice day. For the WWE Family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Former undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns has been absent from television since the addition of Raw after WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, where Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins took him out. The original tribal chief reportedly took time off his schedule and was expected to return after the 2025 Money in the Bank Premium Live event. However, Reigns hasn't appeared yet. The Stamford-based promotion is heading closer to the 2025 Night of Champions PLE. And now some fans are wondering if Roman Reigns is returning to WWE. While there is no official word on Roman Reigns' return, he is expected to wrestle at the first ever two-night SummerSlam, which will emanate from MetLife Stadium on August 2nd and 3. Reigns showing up at Night of Champions appears unlikely, as he hasn't been promoted for a match in the PLE. However, whenever he does make his return, he would without a doubt target Seth Rollins and his crew, who laid him out and sent him on hiatus. Meanwhile, Rollins has just started a new program with LA Knight and could be engaged with it till the next PLE at least. The undisputed tribal chief could return after Night of Champions 2025 and build a feud against Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins. The former Shield brothers could clash in a showdown at SummerSlam 2025 to finally put an end to their long-standing feud, which seems never-ending. That said, the angle proposed above of Reigns' return at SummerSlam 2025 is hypothetical and is based on current storylines, which could alter at any moment. Thus, nothing has been officially reported about the same. While speaking on his Not Sam Wrestling podcast, analyst Sam Roberts discussed a different trajectory for the tribal chief upon his return to the Stamford-based promotion. Roberts suggested that Reigns may still have intentions to go after the undisputed WWE title that he lost at WrestleMania XL against Cody Rhodes, and he could face John Cena for the title at the 2025 SummerSlam. During their last encounter at SummerSlam 2021, Roman Reigns was at the peak of his tribal chief gimmick. He emphatically dominated John Cena and retained his gold, beating him clean at the biggest party of the summer. Competing in the same show in 2025, with the roles reversed, would create a perfect box office attraction. Roman Reigns would have to come back soon. And then he'd have to explain why he's going after John Cena at SummerSlam. The last time we saw Roman, he got laid out by Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. So for Roman to come back and be like, "I'm back for John Cena," it's almost like, okay. I mean, it could happen. He wants the title. He hates John Cena, said Sam Roberts. 1 hour 11 minutes and 45 seconds, 1 hour 12 minutes and 4 seconds. It will be interesting to see when Roman Reigns finally returns to WWE and where he lands, with an already jam-packed roster and advancing storylines. Will he continue his rivalry with Seth Rollins and end their saga for good? Or does the Stamford-based promotion have something big and momentous for the OTC in the future? Fans have been waiting with bated breath to see Roman Reigns return and seek vengeance against Seth Rollins and his crew for taking him out earlier this year. Finally returns to WWE and where he lands, with an already jam-packed roster and advancing storylines. Will he continue his rivalry with Seth Rollins and end their saga for good? Or does the Stamford-based promotion have something big and momentous for the OTC in the future? Fans have been waiting with bated breath to see Roman Reigns return and seek vengeance against Seth Rollins and his crew for taking him out earlier this year. However, Sam Roberts believes that the OTC could come for John Cena and his undisputed WWE Championship in time for SummerSlam 2025. Roman Reigns was betrayed by Paul Heyman at WrestleMania 41. And on the following episode of Raw, he was taken out by Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Although Reigns hasn't been seen since, many believe it's just a matter of time before he appears to take revenge on the Visionary and the Wiseman. On the anoa'i episode of his Not Sam Wrestling podcast, Sam Roberts discussed a completely different direction for the former Bloodline leader. The anoa'i analyst believes Reigns may still have intentions to regain the undisputed WWE title, and that he could possibly go after John Cena for a match at SummerSlam 2025. Roman Reigns would have to come back soon, and then he'd have to explain why he's going after John Cena at SummerSlam. The last time we saw Roman, he got laid out by Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. So for Roman to come back and be like, I'm back for John Cena, it's almost like, okay. I mean, it could happen. He wants the title. He hates John Cena, said Sam Roberts. 1 hour 11 minutes and 45 seconds, 1 hour 12 minutes and 4 seconds. A few days ago, rumors began circulating on the internet about WWE's parent company, EKO, revisiting the drawing board concerning Reigns' contract. It was speculated that those in power were not happy about the tribal chief making a sizable amount, despite only having limited appearances. However, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful shot down this chatter, stating that such rumors were false. The report made it clear that TKO was not looking to cut Roman Reigns' salary. It now remains to be seen when WWE and Triple H decide it's the right time to bring Reigns back into the fold as we inch closer to SummerSlam 2025. Former undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns has been away from the spotlight of the squared circle for a while. He last competed at WrestleMania 41 in a triple threat match against Seth Rollins and CM Punk. On Raw after Mania, Rollins and Braun Breaker brutally took out Reigns, and since then, he has been absent. While there is no official word on when Reigns will return, the tribal chief is rumored to compete at SummerSlam 2025. Interestingly, Roman Reigns might not come alone for one major reason. The original tribal chief could be planning to take his revenge on Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and their entire crew for sending him packing earlier this year. However, Reigns would not repeat the mistake of appearing alone against 3 dominant stars, or he might face a similar outcome as Raw after WrestleMania. In a shocking turn of events, Roman could return at SummerSlam alongside the USOs. The main reason behind the reunion of the OG bloodline might be to put an end to the terror of Rollins' heel stable. The OG bloodline could go all in for war against Rollins and company, setting up a long-term storyline that could culminate next year at WrestleMania with a singles match between Seth and Roman, which the Stamford-based promotion has been assembling over the past few years. While the angle proposed sounds perfect, it is merely speculation, and nothing has been confirmed. While speaking on the Last Word podcast, former WWE employee Tommy Carlucci expressed that amid Roman Reigns' part-time schedule in the Stamford-based promotion, TKO might renegotiate the original tribal chief's contract. However, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful later debunked the claim. Yeah, he's not around a lot now. I think the TKO executives are going to really rethink how they're going to handle Roman Reigns. They won't cut him completely, but I can guarantee you he's not getting nowhere near 15 to 20 million. And they say, if you don't like it, lump it. That's the point, they're executives. They didn't grow up in this business like VKM, Vince McMahon, made this business, and Triple H made this. But you think Triple H is going to lay his life on the line for Roman's contract? I don't think so. I think he's running scared, guys. It will be interesting to see when Reigns returns to World Wrestling Entertainment and gets his revenge on Seth Rollins and his villainous group. The Bloodline is one of the largest and most prestigious wrestling families in WWE currently. It consists of the Anoa'i, Fatu, and the Maivia families and dates back to the 1980s. High Chief Peter Maivia and Reverend Amitwanai Anoa'i became blood brothers, uniting their families into one, a bond that has endured to this day. However, ever since Roman Reigns lost the WWE Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania XL, there has been turmoil within the bloodline. First, Solo Sikoa turned on the tribal chief and kicked him out to become the tribal chief himself, and got his own version of the bloodline with newer members. Now, it seems like another bloodline member is set to debut on SmackDown this week. Former NJPW star Hikuleo recently wrestled a dark match on last week's episode of WWE SmackDown, where he faced Kit Wilson and emerged victorious. Speaking on the WrestleVotes Conda on Sports Key to WrestleBinge, WrestleVotes said that the Tongan Giant could make his debut this week. It's very possible Hikuleo makes his debut this week on SmackDown, WrestleVotes said. 44-0-0 onwards. Hikuleo already has connections in the company as he's the half-brother of Tama Tonga, both of whom are adopted sons of Haku, making them brothers with Tongaloa. This could see him join Solo Sikoa. However, the Tongans are currently out injured, which could see Hikuleo side with Jacob Fatu and make the storyline more interesting. The tribal chief has been a pivotal part of WWE's main event scene since making his debut in 2012, winning 6 world championships in 10 years. Reigns teamed with The Rock in his WWE comeback match, and a singles match between the pair is arguably the company's biggest dream bout. The star held the WWE Championship for over 1,000 days between 2020 and 2024, but many have questioned how long he'll continue to stay in professional wrestling. Former WWE broadcaster Jonathan Coachman has claimed an exact date the star will step away from the company. Coachman said on Behind the Turnbuckle that he worried for the future of WWE because their top stars are heading toward retirement. Reigns is currently 40 and has expressed an interest in pursuing other creative roles outside of WWE, including Hollywood. The WWE icon has previously appeared in the Fast and Furious franchise alongside his real-life cousin, The Rock. Coachman said WWE will soon not have anyone who would be a marquee name for the company to headline Madison Square Garden. At the show of shows, the OTC suffered a defeat at the hands of Seth Rollins, but that wasn't the worst part of the triple threat match. Paul Heyman's betrayed Roman Reigns by aligning with the Visionary. On the Raw after WrestleMania, the OTC and CM Punk confronted the newly aligned duo, but the OTC was speared by Braun Breaker before Reigns could do any damage. The former undisputed WWE champion hasn't set a date for return. He has finished filming for his movie, and ideally should soon be back in the squared circle. Speculations claim that the OTC will go after Seth Rollins upon returning, possibly maybe ruin the Visionary's attempt to cash in the Money in the Bank contract. However, Sam Roberts on Not Some Wrestling suggested that John Cena could be Roman Reigns' target, but WWE will need to explain it.